Welcome to this presentation about the Master Data Science and Business Entrepreneurship. Let me introduce us shortly. My name is Ksenia Patanitsina. I'm the program director of this master program. And I'm also, of course, a researcher. So I'm an associate professor of data-driven entrepreneurship. And person helping me will be Gergo Machardi. He's a second-year master student in the program. And he did bachelor mathematics before joining the program. And he's also an active member of the education committee. So the master program takes 2 years. It's a full-time master program, very solid study load as well. And it has 2 starting moments, one in September and one in February. So they have, the program is, of course, quite similar, but has a bit of intricacies for both starting moments. The program is taught fully in JADS Maribor campus, which is essentially a second campus for both Eindhoven University of Technology and Tilburg University, and it's a joint master program. Before we go in depth into the master program, what I like to do is to show you a small video about the JADS Maribor campus.
We are on the verge of a breakthrough. In today's fast-paced, connected world, data powers everything we do. And this evolution is only accelerating. See, the future belongs to people with the ability to explore these oceans of data, find the patterns, and reveal the hidden truths. The ones who understand that tangible results come from making sense of data, understanding its value, and taking action. Those explorers come together at JADS. Our approach to data science embodies the sweet spot between business and society, between humanity and technology. Based on the joint expertise of Tilburg University and Eindhoven University of Technology. Through education, research, and partnering with organizations, we give you the tools to create true impact with data. Join the smart, driven data specialists at JADS and immediately start applying your growing skills to fascinating real-world collaborations. Every day, we defy the boundaries of what's possible with data, together with our inspiring community of practitioners, researchers, teachers, students, and businesses ready to take on new challenges. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Explore your future at JADS.
As you've seen in this video, it's a joint program. It's a campus run by the faculty of the 2 universities, both Tilburg University and Eindhoven University of Technology. And as we like to call that, we combine the best of the 2 worlds. On one hand side, those are the 2 universities, but also we combine the theory and the practice by working with companies throughout many of our courses. The campus is really quite compact, so students are present in the same building, but also, of course, teachers, researchers also located in the same building. Our professional education program has also been run from the same building. ND students are also working in the same building, and also the companies are hosted in the same building. So in numerous occasions, during numerous events, you'll come across many different people from many different groups, and we really try to facilitate interactions between them. Maybe as a logical consequence of that, we also, of course, have short communication lines with teachers and researchers. And there's also active support for students that would like to start their business, either as part of the curriculum or outside of the curriculum, that we're also going to discuss later on.
So, why choose this master's program? We have a few reasons to tell you about. First of all, it's a great mixture of evidence-based and experience-based learning. Almost all courses apply the most cutting-edge scientific development data science methods, so you can learn all about them. It's a very practical, hands-on master's with up to 72 credits of challenge-based learning, which means that external organizations and companies bring their own data and challenges and problems, and you can learn the aforementioned data science methods on real-life problems using real-life data. We also score exceptionally high on the National Student Survey, which is an independent assessment of all education programs in the Netherlands, and we have a leading position across all data science and AI-related programs.
What you see now is a representation of the philosophy of the whole master program. So the program is built around this idea that we need to connect different disciplines together that are needed to come from idea from data to value from data. So we focus on 4 core disciplines. Those are data engineering, data analytics, decision making, and business development. And the way it goes is that the data engineering is really about the data infrastructure, about dealing with real-time data, connecting the heterogeneous data sources together. Once you have the data, you of course have to analyze that, run the models. Once you run the model, something will inevitably pop up, so you will get some kind of result, and then you have to interpret that, to visualize that, to explain that to different users within the company or outside of the company. And once you have that, you also really need to hit the message home and make sure that actual value for the company or for the broader society has been created out of that, hence the business development as a discipline. And what you see on the lower side is the law and ethics, which is a supporting discipline in case of our program, because of course all of those core disciplines need to be happening responsibly. What you see now is the design of the first year of the program. So the first semester in September, it starts with 5 obligatory courses. And as you can see, that those courses are also related to different disciplines. So on the left upper corner, you see different squares that are colored in line with the disciplines that you've seen before. And there you also see that some courses are actually covering 2 disciplines and not just 1. And this is also done very intentionally because we are an interdisciplinary program, so we try to combine the disciplines not only across the different courses, but also within those different courses, so that you see how those different disciplines come together and why they need it in the first place. So in the second semester, you'll see that elective space is started to come in. And we'll discuss elective space in further detail later when we discuss the specializations. For the students that will start in February, the second semester becomes the first semester, and then the first semester becomes the second semester, of course. So the order in which you follow the program will flip. On this slide, you will see the second year program. The elective space continues, and then here you see that also the thesis, so the research proposal phase is being added, and then in the 4th semester, this is when the thesis has been written almost full time. The second year is also the year where the main legal and ethics courses are also being introduced into the program.
So what makes this master's unique is the in-action courses. We have 3 of them for the first 3 semesters. First semester, you start off with data entrepreneurship in action, where you will take on the role of an employee of a company, work in a company as a data scientist. Second semester, you have data consultancy in action, where a company provides you with the problem and the data to go with it, and then you have to come up with your own solution for them. And then data entrepreneurship in action in the 3rd semester lets you take the reins and develop your own data-driven startup from the ground up. I myself worked together with DAS, the legal firm in the Netherlands. They brought their own case and the data set too. They asked us to help them with expediting the process of insurance claim evaluations, and then at the end of the project we gave them insights on factors influencing the cost and duration of insurance claims and ways how they can reduce it.
On this slide, you see the 4 specializations that we offer to our students as part of the elective space. And we designed those specializations once we're doing a study on where our graduates, actual graduates, are working after they finish the study. So the good news is that all of them have a really interesting job, and then we cluster those jobs into those specializations, which are the data engineer, data scientist. The 3rd one is the data consultant or data entrepreneur. And then the last one is data-driven researcher, because we also see that still an interesting part of our students goes for a PhD project, or they land a job in a research department in a larger organization. So the way it works is that the students will have to select one of those 4 specializations, so already preparing themselves for the potential future career track. And they need to select at least 3 courses from a given track or specialization. Up to 5, of course, you can still stay within the same specialization, but you can also choose up to 2 courses from a different specialization. Indeed, you find them interesting. So you're certainly not bounded 100% by those specialization lists of courses. And then, of course, your thesis should be also ideally in line with the specialization that you've chosen. So either data engineering specialization, data scientist, or data consultant, entrepreneur, or researcher. In the second year of the program, students write the master thesis, which is a solid 30 credits. Next to, of course, the scientific solid work, and that you have to have the scientific contribution to one of the literature fields within the broader data science domain. Your thesis would also need to have business and/or societal impact. That is something that we also explicitly assess for the thesis project. And what we usually see is that the majority of our students do thesis project at an external company organization, so it's really like 90–95% of them. Few students do the thesis on the basis of their own company that they've already started and launched by that time. And some students join JADS-affiliated research projects. So you have a choice.
So let's talk a bit about the extracurricular activities that JADS provides the students. First is the MKB Data Lab. It connects students to small and medium enterprises to help them become more data mature and develop data-driven solutions. And you can register your own freelance business and become a freelancer, earn some money on the way, and earn some real-life experience using real-life data with real companies. Second, extracurricular that is very popular among students is the JADS Playground, which is involved in the Data Entrepreneurship in Action course. This is basically a student incubator where you will have all the help that you could require to develop your own data-driven startup from the ground up. So on this slide, you can see all the data that we use to develop our specializations. These are all the companies, the positions, and the domains where our graduates work. As you can probably guess from the slides, the question is not if you can find a job, but where you wish to work. The opportunities as a data scientist are ever growing, both in the Netherlands and internationally, and our graduates all have amazing job prospects in their future.
Now we come to the moment where we need, of course, to discuss the admission requirements. So in principle, for all of our students, we're searching for minimum level of mathematics and statistical knowledge. So it's 15 credits in total, and we're checking at least 5 of credits for each of those. So 5 mathematics and 5 statistics, and 5 is flexible. Plus, you also need courses in algorithms and data structures, a course on programming, ideally Python, of course, because that's the main programming language in the master program. We'll also check for machine learning and data mining courses, and knowledge of databases is also being checked. If you don't have one or multiple of those knowledge areas, no problem. So you can still do the pre-master. That starts in February officially. So that's here on this slide. You'll also see the content of this program, which in principle runs in parallel to the requirements that I explained just before. And what is also good to know is that both in Eindhoven University of Technology and Tilburg University, we have programs that allow you to fulfill those requirements as part of your ongoing bachelor program. So either through coherent packages or from the minors, via the minors. So what were for you the main reasons to start with this master?
Yeah, so the main reasons for me was to get a bit closer to the business side and the human side of data science. Like, I have a background in pure science, mathematics, and I wanted to get closer to working with other people, building businesses, like being in this ecosystem.
Yeah, cool. Very nice to hear that. So did it live up to your expectations?
It lived up 100%. Okay. I really enjoyed this transition and getting to be in this ecosystem with other people, like-minded people, to learn about business and
in data science
and data science,
and how they're related.
Yes, of course.
Cool.
Yes.
Very, very glad to hear that. Of course.
Thank you.
And thank you for your attention. And looking forward to see you at the campus.